We're playing rapid games on chess.com. We had some great games last time. Hopefully we can repeat that this week. And I'm going to try to explain pretty much every move. Of course, if I'm in time trouble, might not be able to do that, but I'll do my best. I kind of have three goals here. Number one, not to fall too far behind on time. Number two, obviously not miss tactics. That's important. And number three, just try to play good moves that are going to set me up for long-term success. So like, don't make decisions that are going to put my pieces on bad squares and that kind of thing. So let's play the Scandinavian. This is what I've been sticking with lately. And if they take, we are going to jump out with the knight. So here we go. The modern variation so that we can recapture with the knight. Usually against knight f3, sometimes I do like to swing the queen over here to h5. I actually think I will do that. So notice that normally when they play knight c3, you can't go there. But if the knight's on f3, then you can. So d4. Okay, let's go ahead and just put the pressure on right away here on f3. Expecting something like bishop e2. And then I think we're going to go knight c6. Or e6, maybe. Yeah, let's go knight c6. I think knight c6 is a good move. Because now I have options to castle. Okay, c4. So here we go. Let's swing over to h5. And the reason we put the queen on h5 is so we can attack on the king side if white castles. So a lot of times this is what they want to do. Okay, bishop e3. I think I want to play e6. I could also castle. Let me go e6 first, just because I keep the option open. I don't have to castle. I can, but I don't have to. I can also just develop the bishop and castle over this way, which sometimes makes sense. Okay, they haven't castled yet. So let's think about this. Usually I like the bishop on d6, but in this case, there's knight b5. Do I care about knight to b5? I could castle. It's a little bit of a committal move, but I think it's okay. On d5, I think we just take. We've got enough pieces. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and castle. I understand, you know, white's not castled yet, but I still like where my rook is. Okay, now they castle. Interesting. So now bishop here looks pretty good. Yeah, I think that's what we got to do. So we're threatening, obviously, to take here and checkmate. Okay, very simple threat, but also very powerful threat. What's up, Matthew? How's it going? Hope you guys are having a good evening. Hey, Kyle. Tony, what's going on? Hey, Connor. So how's white? Yeah, h3. Usually I'm going to just sacrifice this, and you get quite a bit of compensation. So I think... Let me think about this for a second, actually. If I take here, what about knight... Knight e5 might be an annoying move, actually. So knight e5, if we move the queen, we get forked, but I'm still okay with that. I'm going to do it. Okay, they pre-move. Let's take back. So we get the two pawns. We open up the king side. And we do have some checkmate threats that white has to be careful of. So what are the typical ideas here? Well, we could throw the pawns forward. We could throw the h pawn forward. Usually the g pawn, honestly, because if they ever take that, it opens up the g file for the rook. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. We also have this rook here on the d file, so we can keep an eye on things here on the d pawn. And I guess maybe even just knight g4. The knight could jump in to even add another defender for that queen h2 move. So lots of ways this could happen. Let's see what white's going to do to defend. I think we're doing good so far. We're not too super low on time. I don't think we've missed any obvious tactics, and I like the position that I'm in. So far I've stuck with those three things that I'm trying to do, right? Hey Andrew, thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, knight to b5. So they want to get rid of the bishop to relieve the threat, which makes sense, but I could play knight g4 like I said. Or I just play g5 right away. Knight g4 takes, we take with the rook. The move is bishop f4 that I'm concerned about, because bishop f4 actually Yeah, I don't think I want to allow bishop f4, so because then it defends everything. So maybe g5 is the move here. I mean, I'm not really concerned about this. First of all, it's checkmate, but even if they take here first, yeah. Even if they take here first, it's going to allow me the pin, which looks very, very dangerous for white. I don't really think they can get away with taking that. Now, if they can, then I'm just going to be in trouble. Okay, so knight h2, so maybe bishop here is the move. So let's see, can we go h5? Basically trying to deal with the defensive ideas that white has and at the same time keep the pressure up. Any tactics here? I mean, maybe I could take that and play e5, but I don't really want to just trade. I think I'd rather play h5 and keep the attack going. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah, let's do it. So trying to stop this move, bishop g4. And also maybe in some cases we can use these pawns to push forward and keep attacking the king. Hey, Larley. Good to see you. All right. Feeling pretty good about the position. This is basically just what I wanted. Nice aggressive position. White has to be careful about the king. I like when they play the bishop to e3 instead of like going to f4. Because on f4, it sort of stops a lot of this stuff. Because once you get the bishop on d6, it really opens up all these opportunities. Like earlier, remember white played here? I like to see that instead of f4 if I'm going to play this super aggressive route. So you know, there could be an idea actually of just doubling the rooks after I take there, which isn't bad. Because then you get 3 pawns for the piece. Yeah, he's trying to play bishop f1, I think. So I do have a question, though. What if I play the move knight g4? If the knight takes, we take. Looks like that's going to lead to a checkmate, I think. If the bishop takes, we take. If queen takes, we take. That's good. If the knight takes, again, it's checkmate. So knight f1 or knight f3, but then we could take here. So knight to g4 might just be the move that I'm looking for here, actually. Am I missing something here, guys? I don't think so. Take, then we get a P. Yeah, I think this is a good move. So basically, I'm just going to try to take the knight. And if they take me... Oh, knight f1 actually defends. Okay, that's a good move. Yeah, that is a good move. Okay, so what do we do now? I mean, there's always just taking here and following it up with the rook. It doesn't seem bad. The other option would be what? I don't think taking there is going to be good enough for me. I mean, maybe, because I could throw the pawns forward. It's not terrible, but maybe now's the time to do this. Let's say queen a4. I takes. Ooh, it's getting kind of wild. It's getting pretty wild. Which way is better? Well, I don't want to run out of my time, so I'm gonna go for this line. Not totally sure if this is the best thing, but basically I'm gonna be guaranteed to get my piece back after the rook comes over. So that's why I'm sacrificing it here on d4. I am a little bit concerned about this queen a4 idea, though, because then my king's going to be kind of on the run, but so is white's, and it's going to be wild. Maybe I just run over here, and somehow this rook helps me checkmate, is what I'm thinking. So that's the idea, anyway. Yeah, actually, when I played knight g4, I forgot that the knight going to f1 defends on e3 because I was thinking that I had another threat here of taking with the queen. I forgot about this knight f1 thing. But this doesn't look terrible. I got a lot of pawns for my piece. And yeah, so let's go ahead. Here we go. I guess they could go here and sack the queen, but that's probably not good enough. Okay, bishop takes. Okay, obviously we have to take with the pawn. So let me go ahead and do that. And now I'm thinking we could slide back over here if we need to. Threaten the checkmate on h1. Now, of course, there's a bishop, so we might have to take that first. Yes. Oh, queen b3. They want to trade. Ah, queen b3. So how many pawns do I have? 3, 4, 3, 6, 7. So I have 3 pawns. So that's, yeah, that's not the end of the world. That's actually an interesting endgame. That's an interesting endgame. Let's do it. We'll take here. We'll take here. So it's 3 pawns against a knight, but I have very active rooks, which I do like. I think I want to go f5 and just get this really nice pawn chain. Now, there's going to be a weakness on e6, but I think that that's acceptable. Let's see, knight c2, I can go here. And then we maybe can defend, I'm hoping. Yeah, let's... This could be a mistake. I'm not sure if it's worth it. But basically, I'm saying, look, I want to get this pawn chain, be aggressive with my pawns. Yes, there's going to be a weakness, but hopefully my king can defend that at some point, and we'll be okay. I'm okay trading. I'm actually okay trading. Yeah, I think this is going to be okay for me. Bring the king up, because I don't know how white's going to easily deal with this pawn chain, right? My king's going to start hunting. Here we go. There is f3, but you can't take, yeah, you can't take that right away unless you use the knight. But then my king comes in and starts munching on these pawns. Very interesting position. Let's go up with the king. Yeah, my goal is to try to use these as a decoy, basically, as I try to take these pawns. Okay, and he's gonna take it. Question is, can I get all 3 of these and have 3 pawns against the knight? I'd be happy with that. I don't think white can save them. I think everything is too far, but let's see if I'm missing something. You can go check and then here, but I chase it away. Ah, but then you have a 4. Yeah, I don't know if we're heading for a draw. We might be heading for a draw here, but at least I have the winning chances, right? Once I take these, I have no risk of losing, and I have good chances of maybe winning. So now, if white could somehow save a pawn, then I could be in trouble, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it unless I'm missing something here. Yeah, this is kind of what I expected. Now, I don't have to do it immediately. I could actually, because if I go immediately check, takes, he takes here, it's really probably a draw. It's probably a draw. So how do I give myself winning chances? Do I go a6 and defend? I'm trying to hold on to my pawn, basically, because I still have the threats here. If he moves this, I come in this way. b3, I think I could still chase the knight and invade. And so I'm trying to just defend against this fork, right? Well, that's why we're slowing down here. Okay, so he's going to let me in like this. And then go check here. Still feel like it's a draw. I could play b6 here. Hold up, b6, a5 here, check, there, takes. Is that a... Ooh, that's a sneaky little trap. I don't know if I should do that. Okay, let's just do this line. I don't want to lose, so let me go ahead with this. I still think I have maybe some chances to win. The question, though, is which pawn do I want to take? This one? Or this one? Probably this one. So, okay, this is the problem if I go king b3 right away. If I go here, then do I give time for the king to come back and save this guy, though, is the question. It's probably a draw. Let's just try it. I don't want to lose this game, so I'm going to at least get the guaranteed draw, and then I still have some chances to win. I think white has to take this. Yeah, okay, so they know what they're doing, I think. Let's save the pawn, and we'll try to... Yeah, there's a fork there. I didn't see that. Yeah, it's a draw. Man. It's just a draw. Oh, they didn't do it. Okay, well, I still think it's a draw, but they could have just forked me. Yeah. Maybe I had a chance to win. Let's see what Stockfish says. I think we probably had a chance there. Interesting endgame. 87.4. Okay. So, pretty well played from both players. Let's just jump right to the end here. Well, actually, no. I do want to see this part. Oh, that was a mistake. Interesting. Okay, what was the... Oh, it was Queen A4. Yeah, it was Queen A4. And then I guess this is scary for me. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, all right. Let's see. F3. Yeah, it's just a draw. It's just a draw. Yep. Right here, only chance is if I played B6, maybe I had a small advantage. But for the most part, there wasn't too much there. All right. Good game. Good warm-up game. Good warm-up game. Let's jump into the next one. Yeah, Matthew. White played pretty well. They did defend nicely there. Let's go with E4 here. And, ooh, okay, I like playing against the Caro-Kann. I like playing against the Caro-Kann. Let's go bishop C4. Hey, Andrew, thank you. Appreciate that. Davey. Bended. Budoy. Don't think I'm pronouncing those names correctly, but you got the membership. Thanks, Andrew. All right, so I like when they take. Not everybody does. Some people just play E3. That's okay too. And you could also play bishop F5. Really, there's 3 options here for black. I guess B5, but I don't see that too often. One of the primary points of going here is because when they take and we take back, the F file is open. Oh, E5. Yeah, I guess that's a move. What am I supposed... I don't think it's that great for black. I just don't remember what I'm supposed to do. I think I'm supposed to take. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to take. And then I don't remember. Do I save the castling rights? Or do I leave the knight attacking the pawn? It's probably better to leave the knight there, I think. I don't think castling is super important anymore. I really don't remember. I studied this like a long time ago. I don't remember. I think it's this way. For some reason, I feel like this is a good position for me. I think because you have the lead in development, you have the annoying pawn, and black is undeveloped. That's why I think it's good for me. So knight g4 is obviously threatening a fork. So we just move? We just move the king? Or do I go rook f1 to set up some tactics here? Both very interesting moves that I would like to play. This one seems like more natural, but this one seems good as well. I'll just put the king where I think it should probably go, right here. And now I think we're threatening h3 to kick the knight away. If it has to go back here, we could really mess up the pawn structure. We would have to give up the bishop pair, but I think that would be worth it. So I'm threatening h3. Now on knight to d7, probably just bishop f4 to defend. Probably just defend the pawn, still threatening h3. What else can black do? Bishop f5. I think I would still play h3. Make the trade and then deal with this. Seems pretty reasonable. This is an isolated pawn, which can be a weakness, but I've got the lead in development, so I think we're okay. I think we're okay here. Alan, hey, thank you. Incernia chess set. That name does sound familiar, but I don't think that's the one that I have behind me. I don't think it's that one. I think it's something else. Ah, bishop c5. Okay, I didn't think about that. He wants to... that can't be good, is it? Let's say I play h3, the knight comes in, I attack it. Where does the knight go? No, 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 no. So you're trapped. So that can't be good. So you have to go back. Then I can take and be pretty happy. So let's go h3, right? Am I missing anything? No. So h3, knight has to go to h6, and then I think I'm going to make the trade. Yes, it's annoying, the bishop pair, but the pawn structure's so bad, the f6 square is a weakness. That seems like it must be worth the trade. Seems like it must be worth the trade. Yeah, Alan, I really wish I could remember the name of the set. I could probably find it if I look at the House of Staunton website, but I can't recall off the top of my head. All right, so knight h6, and I think we take it. Now, there could be an argument to be made here of keeping the bishop and just playing g4 because the knight is so bad. I mean, that's definitely reasonable too. But I just feel like this weakness here is just so good. I think we're gonna jump in here. And why am I jumping in? Well, for two reasons. Number one, it's a tempo gain on the bishop, so I don't have to waste time. Black has to deal with that. And look at this. I have two very nice threats here. Yeah, so you kind of have to do that to stop it. But let's see. I definitely want to move one of my rooks. The question is which one first? Which one first? I'm going to go with this one. I think they both need to move, so we'll just start with the F1 because maybe there's some tactic of like, I don't know, some craziness here, but this one also looks pretty good. So if we take that, does that benefit me or hurt me? It's hard to say, actually. If I go back, they could still trade. That's fine. Yeah, I don't really know. Does it matter? The reason I'm thinking about taking is because it forces black to spend a move recapturing, and then I can swing the rook over. I think that extra move is going to be important. Let's do it. Let's do it. You mind showing the knight on the webcam after the game finishes? No, I don't mind that. Let me put it over here so I don't forget. Put it in front of me. Hopefully I'll remember now. Okay, so we could just jump in right now. And what's the idea? Well, Black either has to move the king and just leave the knight sit there or give up the bishop, but then I jump in with the rook and I start to put pressure everywhere. Looks very good, I think. Could also take with the pawn, have a pass pawn. Anything else? Anything else? That's all I'm really seeing. So let's jump in. Okay. Yeah, this is an interesting decision now too. Do we want the rook sitting there? The king's going to go to e7 and defend. We can double up. The rook's going to come over to defend. We can attack. If the knight takes, we have a fork. So that's good for us. Okay, so you can't really no, you could defend. You could go here or here. Here, b4, I don't know what is going on. If you go f8, then we would have a tactic. So that looks definitely good. Now this, if I could like guarantee that I could get my pawn chain set up, I would say that's probably good, but I don't know if I can. So I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go this way. King e7. Rook here. Rook over. Knight to d4. The only move is knight c5 that I'm not sure about. I think we can play b4 though. b4 on takes, we win a piece. You can't take, so you got to move the knight. And when you move the knight, I take. Yeah, I think it works. So let's do it. Let's do it. Notice you got to watch out for this tactic where they sack the knight and take your rook, but I'm defending, so I'm dealing with that. So here we go. We're going to take the knight, so they're going to have to defend. And then knight d4 puts the pressure on a new spot. You don't have time to do this because you get forked, okay? You don't want to go there because you walk into this tactic, knight f5 check, and if they take, bam, I take the rook. So you have to play knight c5, but then I go b4. And you move, and I take the pawn. It's still tricky, though, because that annoying knight is threatening some stuff. It's still tricky. Yeah, that's definitely the most interesting line. So I think he's going to play here. I think I still have to play knight d4, right? Because what else am I going to do? I guess I don't have to. I could play b4 first. All right, here we go, folks. Here. b4, knight here. Check, king moves. It's not that simple, is it? King e3 maybe. Maybe king e3 is a good move. If you take, I take, you take, I take. I'm still winning a pawn. I think it's all right, guys. I think it's all right. b4, 94. Am I missing some other trick, though? Maybe there's a better move. Check, king here. I could go check. Oh, maybe that's a move. Yeah, I think there's some ideas here. All right, let's do it. Knight to d4. Okay. Oh, he goes for this, but that's just a blunder, right? That's just a blunder because we have knight f5. Look at this. Unleashes the double battery here. Yes, we lose a knight, but we're going to win a rook. And we're happy. Had to go knight c5 right there, I think. Gotta watch out for those discovered batteries. It's dangerous. Very dangerous. Okay, here we go. Take the rook. And now it's just winning for us, I think. Let's see. Defend the pawn. Defend the pawn, bring the king forward. Yeah, it looks good. Now, I think we can actually go here if we want. If the knight takes, we take here. Oh, but then we lose this. Probably not worth it. So maybe I just go this way. Sneak around like this. I'm not really concerned with this. I can always just move my king back, so that's okay. But this is a big threat. Okay, so he moves there, but wait a second. Wait a second. This is pinned. You guys see that? So if I jump down, he's got to go back to defend, and he's all tied up. And trust me, you don't want to be tied up like that. You don't want to be tied up where all three of your pieces... Yeah. Yep. Okay. Good game. Good game. All right, 84, not too bad. We had a brilliant move. Let's take a look at what the brilliant move was. It happened at the end, I guess. And yeah, overall, pretty nice game. Oh, it was knight f5 check. Okay, sure. So let's see what the deal was with knight to c5. Yeah, knight to c5. I was going to go b4. Okay. Knight e4, I was going to take. And then I was thinking maybe the rook. Yeah, that's the best move. That's the best move. Rook comes over. Because now you can move this with check. And so you start dealing with all the threats, but with tempo. And on top of that, you force the king to an awkward spot. If you go here... Ooh. Oh. What a checkmate. Look at that. Wow. Okay, so you have to go into the discovered check and then rook e7, and it's just all over here for... Oh, and you also deal with the threat of the... Yeah, what a nice move. So it was good for me. I just would have had to find some more tricky lines there. Okay, somebody wanted to see the knight. Let me see if I can show you. This is the knight on this set here. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. I don't know if that was focusing or not, but... All right, let me jump into the next game. How much does the set cost? Yeah, it's very expensive. It's I think it was like five to 600 range, if I'm not mistaken, and that's just for the pieces. Then you have to get a board too. Oh man, 2 points if we win this game. So it's not a great from that standpoint, but we'll go ahead and play it. Oh, b3, interesting. You know what I like to do sometimes against weird openings is play something weird that sort of counters what they're trying to do. So this opening, they try to like put all the pressure on the dark squares. So what I like to do is sometimes just do something weird that like defends all the dark squares, you know, and you get this weird position. But you don't have to worry about the normal stuff. So let's play e5 now. Now that we have our knight here on f7. Okay, I think c6, d5 is a decent plan. Try to get 2 pawns in the center there. Okay. Yeah, d5 takes. We can always block this with the knight. That looks pretty good. d4. So my initial instinct is I should push by and just gain a bunch of space. Then it's kind of like a French defense, sort of, but White's doesn't have the option to go queen b3, which is kind of nice. So I think I would be okay with that. Or I'd just leave it and do something like this. Bishop g4, if you take, I recapture. You can go bishop e2, I develop or something. No, I think I want to push. Do I want to push? I'm torn. I'm really torn, actually. Let's see. Let's do it. Let's push. I think we should push. Okay. And maybe just develop and castle. I feel like that's going to be useful. Could go bishop d6 also. No, I just want to go here. I don't want like some weird stuff happening with knight b5. So I'm just going to go here and castle. And then maybe try to push this pawn. I think that's a good plan. Just don't want to use up all my time. I'm going to choose something and go with it. Okay, we're going to castle. That's where we want our king to be, I think. And I'm thinking of pushing this guy forward. Maybe bring the knight over also. I don't know if white's going to castle. If they castle, they're definitely going to try to do this in attack here. If they don't castle, yeah, okay, they do. I think it's... Yeah, I think this is a good plan. Try to get to F4. Now, they could play F4 first if they really want. And I have to decide if I want to en passant or not. Kind of a weird position that we're getting into here. Like, usually when somebody's trying to push an F-pawn to attack your king, the rule to... Not the rule, but like one way to prevent that is by pushing it first. Right? Imagine if white gets this pawn here first, it just sort of locks everything up. Now, I have that one opportunity to en passant. Okay, they didn't do it. So now I can push forward. Now, it is a pawn sacrifice if I do it right now. So I would have to think about that. Yeah, it's kind of weird with the knight here on f7. It changes the normal positioning. I wish I had my bishop on d6 now from before, but I didn't know what was going to happen. I could play bishop g5. It's not that crazy of a move. Now, there's g3, but then I've created some weaknesses that maybe we can work with. Let's go bishop g5, I guess. I'm not really sure. This is a weird position. I'm not really sure what exactly I should be doing here. But I'm basically going to try to play f4. What's the problem with bishop e6? Yeah, so bishop e6, nothing wrong with it, I don't think. But if I'm going to use this bishop to attack on the king side, it's already in position, right? Like bishop e6 doesn't really help me in that regard. It's already able to move to these squares, right? So yeah, I do think it was a bit slow from that perspective. Now I can en passant, and you can't take with the knight. You have to take with the rook. And then I have this backward pawn that we can hopefully attack. So let's see. Is that yeah, I think that's a decent plan. So rook takes. Okay. I want to attack this. So is it just rook e8? Is it that simple? Just start piling up on that guy? Yeah, I think so. Now, I think white's going to play knight f1. And then I really want to get this knight to here. The question is it too slow? And also, do I just lose a pawn? Looks like it would be a trade, but not really a trade that I want to make. So, g6. Knight here. Looks like I'm losing this. Yeah, it's such a weird position. I think I'm going to break the rule here and play g6. I just feel like I need the support right there. I feel like that's an important pawn, and I need the support, so... Yeah, usually you got to be careful moving the pawns in front of the king, right? But I also have my... I have the dark squared bishop to help support these dark squares. So that's one of the drawbacks of g6, but it's not as bad because the bishop's there, if that makes sense. Okay, he totally pushes by, which I kind of like that, because now it's easier for me to take my time hunting this guy. I don't have to worry about anything opening up here. So I don't really agree with that. And now I think I can do this. without really worrying. Because before I was going to have to worry about this kind of stuff, but now I'm free to do it. Okay, let's go ahead. Bring the knight over. And we're focusing on the weak spot, attacking the base of the pawn chain. Okay, and it also happens to be a backward pawn, which is nice. White's going to do the same thing, push over here, but it's kind of slow, and I don't really care too much. I think this is more... I think this is a bigger deal here. So once you take that, then you can probably take this, and, you know, everything kind of gets weak. So we've got knight g4 or knight e4 ideas. Okay, he stops that. Creates some weaknesses along the white squares. Let's keep an eye. Although the knight's doing a good job of defending that right now, so I don't think we can take advantage of that immediately. So knight e4 looks pretty good. Or we just try to do something like this and maybe even just add another piece here. So let's think about this. Knight e4 doesn't really have a threat. I mean, yeah, they could take, but I'll just take, like, that's okay. So I could maybe just wait on that. 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Let's just make a quick move here. I'm going to try to double up here, and maybe I'll just move my bishop to get this other rook involved. I think I want to double up like this. Now, I could also... Bishop e6 just feels like the bishop's in the way, right? I don't think I want that there. I think here is better, maybe. Yeah, I think this is fine for the bishop. The queen e8 probably is going to be the next move, just to really put the pressure here. You know what I could do also? I could move this bishop and jump this knight in. Look at that. That's a nice idea. Because then you could trade this knight for this knight, and you still have this guy ready to go and jump in. Yeah, that's good. That's a good idea. That's a good, and it's with tempo on the rook, so it's even better, I think. And I don't know what white's doing. If you push, I could totally lock it up. If you take, probably I just take with the bishop, and I'm happy. I don't think that bothers me. So the big question is, do I play queen e8 or bishop h6, I think. I mean, queen a5 is a move, but I don't really think that's where my queen should be. So, yeah, I think it's one of these two. Queen e8, I guess it's pretty easy for white to defend. I'm going to go here. I really think this knight getting to e4 would be very, very nice. So let's see if we can make that happen. And you can't really stop it with h4 unless you're willing to give up g4. So I don't know how white's going to stop that idea. I think we're doing okay on time. Down a little bit, but still plenty of time. Okay, he's going to try to use the bishop to defend, which is fine. Let's proceed. There's the threat. Rook's got to move, and then we were jumping in. So what I did was I took this knight that wasn't doing a whole lot, and I relocated it to a very powerful square where it's going to do a lot, right? Really simple. Just take the bad piece, make it a good piece. And I still have this guy, like I said, ready to recapture. Yeah, and here we go. I think that's what we're going to do. And there you go. There's the tactic. There it is. Okay, let's just verify. No crazy moves. I don't think so. Any checks or anything wild? I don't think so. Here we go. There's the fork. Okay. I think we just grab the rook and be happy there. Let's see. Anything else better than that? I don't think so. Let me go ahead and take it. Okay, so that's pretty well defended. We did win the exchange. Now maybe... What about queen a5 now? Because now it's kind of a more annoying move. Yeah, let's do that now. Just putting the pressure... And also getting out of the way so I can double up here. That seems good for the rooks, right? So we double up here. If takes, I think we take back with the bishop. Let me see. Yep. It's a bad bishop, but so is this one. We both have bad bishops. That's okay. My rooks are going to be good, though, here on the e file. Queen b3. Okay, it's threatening that. It's pinning that, but I still have that very well blockaded. I could go there. I don't know if it's really worth going there. Has to deal with the bishop somehow. Probably moves the queen. F4 might be a threat. Huh, should I do that? Queen d3 or queen c2? Let's say queen d3. F4, bishop d2. I move. Yeah, maybe not. Let's just do this. This just looks like a nice solid plan. We'll just go here. On bishop d2, I'll just bring my queen back. Yeah, okay. No need to rush it. I think we have a great position. We can just play it slow here and keep targeting the weak spot. What I want to do is play f4. I want to play f4. Take advantage of this pin. Yeah, maybe now's the time. You can't take with the rook. If you take with this, I take this. If you push, I take with the rook. It doesn't matter that this is pinned. Let's go f4. And of course, I'm threatening now to just take it. 1, 2, 3 attackers. Wait, is there enough defenders, actually? Oh, there is. But still, then we trade everything, opens it all up. And the fact that we're up the exchange is going to be good for us. Okay, let's do it. Because if the bishop leaves, now we take the pawn. Okay, so he saves this, but we got the pawn. Now the question is, how do we break through? Still tricky. I think I want to go here, actually, guys. Bishop c3 to defend. Or do I want to just try to trade the rooks? Maybe I should trade some rooks. This is definitely a move I'm keeping in the back of my mind. I don't want to run out of time though. I don't want to lose on time this game. So I'm just going to start moving faster. Is that a blunder? Because even though I'm way ahead, it's not like super easy to just bust through. So I need to leave some time on the clock here. We could force some trades. Like if I could force these bishops to be traded. I don't think he's going to take that. Might take this, yeah. Let's go ahead and trade. Gotta be careful here. Should I go king? I don't want to let the queen in there. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think we let the queen to h6. I have 50 seconds, man. All right. Yeah, it's definitely good for me, but it's not that easy. Maybe we bring the queen back to just deal with some of this. Well, now I can meet e6 with queen f6. Probably go here, try to win this pawn. Let's attack that. All right, let's not like blunder a fork or something. Let's force some trades. There we go. There we go. Now we're in good shape. Now we're in good shape. So sometimes when I'm low on time, I'll just sack it. Even though it's not the best move, it's the easiest move so that I can just win the game, right? Because obviously his king has to guard these pawns. I come over here, I take these, and I get a queen and I win. So it's super easy, super simple. No reason to mess around and get forked and whatever. So practical time-saving tip there. All right, tough game, but I think we played pretty well. Let's see. Yeah, 88. Pretty happy with that. I didn't want to lose that one. That was going to be a lot of points. It's going to be a lot of points if we lost. All right. Let's go. Let's go. We're gaining some points tonight, folks. 23-38. We're playing against I am pretty slow, so that's a good sign. I like slow players. Ah, D4. Let's go. Go with the gambit here. Okay. We attack the pawn. This is a Blackmar-Diemer Gambit, but we transpose. Yeah, E5. I don't like this move. It's a good move. I don't really like it. I think it's a good move, though. What's the best move against this? I don't actually know. Is it... Do we take it? Do we push? Do we defend? Can we just get away with defending? Let's try this. I don't usually play this, but let's give it a try. The way I see it, you can't really go wrong with a developing move, right? Developing move that defends something, like, it can't be bad. Even if it's not the best move, it can't be bad, so... And by the way, the reason you don't take the pawn, I mean, I guess you could take the pawn, but then you have to deal with the fact that you can't castle unless you're willing to retreat your knight, and black is the one who gets the quick initiative, and I don't like to play that way if I can avoid it. So that's kind of what the idea is here, trying to keep the initiative on my side by just continuing to develop quickly and have black figure out how to deal with that, right? Now, if he takes, there is a question of, do I want to just trade the queens or not? I mean, I like the idea of clearing the way to castle queenside quickly. So maybe I will take that with the queen if black takes. I think they're going to. I think they're going to take this. Yeah, I think I will. I mean, I think that's a decent... Although, hold on. Take. I would still be down a pawn, actually. Now, I don't know if black can hold on to that pawn. Let's say they go knight c6, bishop b5, bishop d7. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. We'll trade queens. We'll be down a pawn, but we're going to have more pieces out, and I think this is okay. Could be wrong, but I think this is okay. Let me castle. And the idea here is to keep up the pressure, right? That's why you sacrifice a pawn, to keep the momentum going. So, yes, we give up the bishop pair, but then my rook jumps up. We're threatening to take the pawn back right away. And if f5 happens, I think I will play f3, although maybe I'll just develop my bishop. Maybe I'll just develop the bishop right here, actually. There's also, hold on, there's also a knight move. Ooh, wait a second. This is a really annoying move. This is a really annoying move for black. Because how do you defend that? If you go here, I get my pawn back right away. If you move the king, I just take it. If you play c6, I get a fork. If you go here, I just take it. Very annoying move. Let me do that. Let me actually just do that. The only reason I know this is because sometimes when I'm playing a game as black and the queens are traded and a knight jumps in, I'm always like, ah, what an annoying move. Knight coming in here. Like, it's so annoying. That's why I thought about it. I think bishop c4 probably would have been a good move too, but this is just an immediate... It has an immediate threat attached to it, right? So, and I don't see how black's going to deal with that. I think they have to give up a pawn maybe. Like bishop d6. Takes. Develop the knight. Game goes on. It's pretty equal, I think. Probably the best thing. We're doing good on time, though. Got the advantage against a pretty slow player, so living up to their name. Yeah, that's what they decide to do. So I think we got to take it, obviously. I mean, I could do this and get this, but is that worth it? Probably not, because the knight's going to get trapped. Knight's going to get trapped every time. So I think we just do this. And yeah, I would say this is pretty equal. I mean, because I have to develop, but black has to develop. I do have the rook there. Problem is I don't have any, like, targets for it, so... Should I go check? I want to just play knight h3, I think, actually. Let's get the knight over here. It has some nice options, and we'll just wait. We'll just wait on the bishop, because I might also want to go to c4. Okay, he goes there. So probably now we just go back, maybe to d4 or d2. How about, yeah, how about d4? I like that it's this way from the knight, so it can't get attacked by the knight. I like that it puts pressure here if black ever tries to move that. And I also like that it doesn't block this square for the doubling up. So we can get the battery. Bishop c4 is an option as well because it's defended. So lots of good reasons. Now we could also just jump in either here or here. Put the pressure on the bishop. Am I worried about this, guys? Absolutely not, because we have b3, king b2, the bishop's trapped. So let's see. I think I want my knight here. Let's go knight f4. Little trick here, what you can do a lot of times is sink the knight in and then play h4, and you stop the pawn from pushing it away. Kevin, hey, wow, thank you. 450 to 950 since February this year. Oh, man, crushing it. That's awesome. Appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so, oh, interesting. He's going to give up the bishop if we want it. If we want it, we can take that, go check. King goes here. His king is super active, though. I don't love that. I really don't love that. Huh. But I mean, I kind of like getting the bishop, but I don't love that his king is so active. Okay, what if we try to take it, but then we don't trade the rooks? We keep the rooks on the board. Is that a good idea? Yeah, we put the bishop here, bring this rook over. I like that better. Let's go. Let's do it like this. Bishop needs to come out. Now, we could actually go bishop c4, too, with a check. Because the king, here's the thing. If the king goes to e5, that's a really aggressive place for the king. And at the very end of the game, that's going to be good for black. But if there's two rooks on the board, maybe the king has to be a little more careful. That's my thought process anyway. Like now, if you're black, I think you have to be careful going there. Okay, he's going to do it. I'm going to try to put the pressure on here, though. I'm going to try to put the pressure on. If the king goes here, two rooks is very much more dangerous than one rook. You know what I'm saying? G3, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that king is going to survive. G3, I guess you could run over this way. I've got ways to attack it. I've got lots of ways to attack the king. And you don't want to step into a pin, I don't think. And you don't really want to go back. So I think you have to do it at this point. I think black's committed, but it doesn't look very good. What's he going to do? I mean, if you walk into the pin, it's game over, right? That's it. Just, I win a piece over. Yeah, so you got to do it. Okay, G3. King goes here. I take the pawn. King has to go back. I go check. I'm pretty happy. King goes there. We got check. Pretty happy. I think it's a good move. I think it's a good move. Okay, so H4. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. What if I go... What if I go bishop here to stop the king, and then I try to play H4? Is that a good idea? Or do I just do it, and what's my follow-up? Bishop E6. Oh, wait a second. Check, king here, bishop E6. I'm going to pawn. Okay, but he sacrifices it. But then we come in with the rook. Okay. Okay. Oh, please play king G4. Please. Please. You guys see it, right? You see it, right? King G4. Oh, bishop E2. Look at that. Look at that checkmate. Wow. Wow. That is so nice. That is so nice. Yeah, of course he's going to see it. All right, so bishop E6, I think, is the move. Am I crazy? Bishop E6, he could push, but then we take, and then we unleash this guy. We're all over that king. We are all over that king. Now, we could also go here. No, it doesn't. Does it? It might not be crazy, but I think bishop E6 is just the way to go. I think this is just nice and simple and easy and winning a pawn. Man, chasing down the king, even though we don't have a queen. So F4. Now, here's an idea that I just thought about. I don't even have to take. I could push. I could push. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Because if I go here... No, check king here. Oh! Checkmate. Look at that. That's a checkmate threat. All right, so can you stop it? Hold up, hold up. G4, let's say H5. Oh, does H5 stop it? Wait, but then I go check with the rook. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay, so G4, H5, I can go check here. King goes there. I could take and double up. Oh, man. There is got to be something here. Is that better than this? I think it might be, guys. I think it might be. Now, there's also H6, which... What happens on H6? Check, king goes back G5, or we just play G5 straight away. Man, let's see. I could also go check with my rook first, but why? What's the point? What's the point of that? Let's see. Because then I go G4. Do I have a threat? Man, I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm missing something here. Let's just go G4. I don't want to lose all my time. Let's go G4. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I should have just opened it up for the rook to come in. But this just looks too juicy. Look at this. I'm playing a little bit of hope chess here, but maybe he misses it and moves the rook or something. He's going to see it. But man, I just... Look at this. Look at that. Can you imagine? All right, he's going to play H6, I bet. What do I do against H6? G5. Yeah, G5 looks good. G5. Oh, he plays H5. Wait, I had a move, right? Rook here. Rook here. If I take and then double up, it's got to be powerful because his king's cut off. Now, I could also go here. No, I don't want to allow that. I think we got to take this. I think we got to take that. Get the rooks here. And see what we can do. Okay, so if I go there, we lose a rook. Check. He goes here. Check here. No, I don't want to give up my bishop. All right, so where do we move the bishop to? Here? Yeah, let's just, I mean, look at this. Look at this guy. We're just trapping that king. We're trapping the king. We're setting up something. I don't know what it is yet, but we're going to find it. We're also attacking the pawn, which we could take now. We could take this now, which is very tempting. But is it better than doubling up? Maybe I should. Maybe I should. I think that's a pretty valuable pawn to just capture. Rook's going to come over. I could defend, but then the knight's going to come in. Wait a second. Maybe we go here instead. But this creates an immediate threat of rook g6. I got to do this. I got to go with the immediate threat here. We'll take the pawn later. I mean, it's a threat, but how good is the threat, right? Check. Yes, I set up the discover check, but I don't really have any good ones. That's amazing. Oh. I mean, I could take a pawn, but... Okay, so... What else? I mean, we're threatening now to take it, probably. Are we threatening anything else? Here, checkmate, but that's pretty easy to stop. Here, checkmate, but again, this move knight f6 is super obvious. Here, knight f6, we could relocate the bishop. I don't know why that helps me. Yeah, maybe actually, maybe that's an idea. Relocate the bishop. But what is black going to play is the question. If you go e3, what happens? Check, takes, king goes here. We could trade. We could win the pawn. And then we're just up a pawn and we have a nice position. I don't know if it's totally winning, but that's probably good. Or e3, let's say takes, bishop here, knight f6, bishop here. You push the pawn. Yep, so what's going to happen? I mean, I feel like... Let's say I do this. If he takes me, we have checkmate. So you have to move. You have to move the knight. Then I go here. You take. I go check. You go there. Oh, it's so... I don't know if I should do that. I think I should just take the... I think I should just take the pawn to be happy. That's what I think. Let me just take the pawn to be happy. So we're going to do this. And then we're going to trade, I think. And we're going to go check and take the pawn. I think that's the plan. Unless I can come up with a better discover check. But this one is not actually that good because he just goes back. Right, he just goes... I have to draw. If I want to draw, I have a draw. But I don't want to draw, so... Let me go check. Get rid of the annoying pawn that's causing me problems. We've got 3 against 2. We've got 3 against 2, okay? And we've got his king in a mating net of sorts. Yeah, he's kind of in a mating net. Let me defend that. Let's go ahead, start to use these guys. He's got to leave one piece stopping the checkmate, right? So at least something has to stay there. Oh, you know what? I might be able to do this too. Or even here. An H6, an H7, an H8. Ooh, is that an idea? Just saw that. He's going to flag anyway. He's going to flag. He's pretty slow. I am pretty slow is going to flag. Yeah, okay. I mean, I think we were winning. Whew, what a game. What a game. Whew. All right. 90 and 85. I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. Let's just check that end game there. Oh, knight b5 wasn't the best move. Was bishop c4? No, knight b5 was pretty good. Yeah, knight b5 was pretty good. Let's see. Were we crazy here? Rook check. Nope. Yeah, this was the way. g3, h4, bishop e6. Great. Oh, I missed it. It was h5 check first, and then g4, because you're still threatening the same checkmate. But now black has no way to stop it? They have no way to stop it except to sack a piece? What if you played like g6? Oh, it's a fork. Okay. And if you play g5, en passant, and... oh, yeah, look at this. Oh, man. Okay, wow. And then you come in with the rook, and it's all... So I was super close. I saw this idea. I just played the order wrong. H5 first. Man. Yeah, that was it. And then at this point, I think I did basically the right thing. Yep. Yeah. All right. Ooh. Wow. All right. 23:46, folks. It's a good night so far. Can we keep it going? Can we keep it going? Oh, I am pretty slow again. Oh, it's a rematch. It's a rematch. All right, what are we gonna do against d4? I don't know if I should play my England Gambit. I'm afraid. Let's do it. Don't be scared, Nelson. Don't be scared. Do not be scared. Okay, so we're gonna go over this line, and it's a bad line, but there's this queen sacrifice that I think we're gonna get to see the queen sacrifice here. So you take this. You're gonna play knight c3 if he knows what's going on. Yep, he's gonna play rook b1. And I'm going to sack the queen for 2 pieces, basically. I'm going to sack the queen for 2 pieces. Yeah, Matthew. You want to learn this line then, because now you can play it again. Take the piece here. Watch what happens. We're going to take this. And yes, we lost our queen, but we have 2 pieces. And we also have this annoying situation where it's hard for white to figure out how to make use of their queen. So it's actually playable, especially in a time control like this. Relatively short time control, definitely playable. Okay, I think I'm gonna castle. I'm gonna play d6 first. Let me castle. Now, there's a question of how do we set up our pieces? Do we want the pawn on d5 or d6? Where do we want the bishop? I think d5 is good. Kind of takes away some of these squares from the knight. Maybe we go b6, bishop b7. Well, that's defended, so I could leave that. I could totally leave that. Yeah, I think I'll play b6 here. I think I want to fee and kettle that. Now, I could also pin it. Hold on, I could also pin it. No, but then we're going to have some problems here. Let's fee and kettle it. Let's go for the fee and kettle and put the bishop here. Because I want to shut down this b file. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, he wants to trade, so we'll take that. Okay, so I'm thinking of now might be the time to put the bishop there. Yeah, we'll go bishop b7. He's going to trade this, which is probably smart because it kind of opens things up for the queen. But I think that's a smart decision, so we have to be a little careful here. But basically what I'm going to try to do is put my pieces on squares where they're all defended, and the queen's like not going to have targets. At least that's the idea in theory. Okay, now that move I did not expect. If I attack it, forced to trade, it opens up my rook. Seems pretty good. Yeah, I don't want my bishop to get trapped here, so the bishop needs somewhere to go. So knight d7 should definitely be a good move. Okay, and yeah, we've dealt with this. We can go to... Oh. He wants to fork me. Okay, I didn't think about that. That's a good move. That's a good move. Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, I can't... I mean, obviously, I can't get forked. That's not an option. So we have to take this. We have to take it. It's a pawn trade, but it's not really a pawn trade that I wanted to make. Now, it's not the end of the world because I can probably play g6 and still save my king, but I don't love that. I don't love that that just happened. Yeah, so we can still play g6, rook here, king here. I think we're surviving. But it's kind of ugly. Actually, what if he takes? Ooh, we might not be surviving that. Hold up. Hold up. Ah, that's a nasty move. Okay, hold on. We have knight e4, but then the rook comes over. g6, it's really bad. Wow. I mean, I can play bishop c8, but it just feels like we're still going to get blown off the board here. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I have to go bishop c8. Try to keep the rook out from the h-file. Hold up. Hold up. Can I... Wait, what if I play g6 now? He sacks. And then... What's the idea? Looks like it's a very bad position for me, unless I can somehow consolidate the pieces. Or do we have... Let's see, 94? Rook there, check. I could play king g8. Rook here. No, I don't want to play king g8. Okay, man. What a mess we've gotten ourselves into. All right, g6. Takes. There's so many threats to deal with. We might be able to do it, though. We might. Like, if I put the knight on e4... I think it's my best chance. I think we're losing the game, but I think this is my best chance. So we're going to go for it here. I think he's going to take this pretty quickly. I totally missed that bishop 8. That was a very clever idea. Queen c2. Threatening the fork and the bishop over here. That was good. Usually, as long as you don't let the queen in like that, you can play this, and it's very difficult for white to figure out what to do. But if they bust through and the queen gets in, then yeah, then you're in trouble. I think if he takes this, I could play knight e4. And on f5, I could play knight g5. I also could play rook f7. A rook f7, f5, bishop. Wait, what? He just takes that? Okay. I was not expecting that move. Yeah, what is happening? What is happening? I think I want to sink the knight in here, but let me put the king on g7 first. Because I definitely want to play that. Actually, do I? No, I want the knight there first. Let's sink the knight on e4. Then we'll move the king. I think white just had to take the pawn, and I was in big trouble. I don't know what's going on now. Can I just take that? Put the pawn on h4? Rook here, h4? What is happening? What is happening? Now we can slide the rook over on g3. Okay, the queen wants to come in, of course. I could go there. Or I could go king g7. Maybe king g. Rook g8. Check. King f7. Yeah, maybe that's the way. Maybe that's the way. Oh, I'm losing the pawn. Hold up. I could also go knight c3, check king here. Check. That would be maybe a draw. Check g3. Rook h8 is a threat. Rook h8 is a threat. No, it's a... Yeah, maybe I do this. The reason I'm doing this is because it defends the pawn. I don't want to lose that pawn. He's trying to fork me. I didn't want to lose that. So we go here and we swing this rook over. Because he's going to move his rook now, I think. And then we have time to get this guy involved. Oh, but check. No. Check hits my rook. Man, okay, hold up. What's going on? What's going on? Back. I could play c5. Or c6 just to defend this even more, because that's a... I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to do here. I could go rook d8. Just to get my rook out of that idea. Maybe that's what I should do. I don't know. I'm all confused here. I think this is a big deal, so I think moving the rook is worth it, but could be way off. And he might actually have a tactic here to take this. I just saw that. Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah, we're losing this game. He's going to just take this knight. Man. I can't take it or I lose instantly, so... Yeah, it's just falling apart here, guys. We're falling apart. I don't know what to say. Probably should have slowed down when after I played like h4. I think I had a good position. Right after the trade, I definitely had something I could have done. Well, what can I say? Did my best. I mean, it's a pretty obvious threat, but whatever. We have a bishop for a queen. We have a bishop for a queen and this pawn, which we're about to lose. We're about to lose the only pawn we have. Do I have any tricks left here? I don't think so. Maybe he'll sack the queen and give me a chance. No. Okay. I mean, I could resign. I could resign here. But I don't think I'm going to. Hmm. He had mate. He had checkmate. Okay. That was not a good game, obviously, but I don't think it was actually the opening. I think we just messed up that tactic. Let's see. 79, yeah, 75. Okay. Let's see. So yeah, this was such a good idea by our opponent here to play c4 and then play this c5 and then play queen c2. That's such a good idea. Wow. I don't know if they came up with that or they just happened to see it when it was there, but that was what won them the game, really. Except for this moment over here. Yeah, bishop takes g6 is the best move. And he didn't play it. Gave me a chance here. And then I should have played rook g8. That's what I was going to play. And I was going to go here. Yeah, because they can't even take it, because I have knight c3 now. I don't know why I did that. That was it. Oh. I got worried about that pawn, and then it just all fell apart. Yeah, the brilliant move. Oh, well, there goes all my points for the night. Yeah, after the queen sack, whoever asked that, it's like +2 something for white. But usually they have a hard time figuring out what to do. This person did not, but most people have a hard time figuring out what to do. This person like played it perfectly, but that's pretty, I don't see that very often. Let me go with bishop c4 here. Yeah, if the bishop takes the rook on the brilliant move, basically it opens up the other side of the board. So like, remember there was like, my bishop was controlling these squares, right? Where the rook was sitting here and the queen was somewhere over here. And all of a sudden the queen and the rook can just come through and checkmate me. Like, check, king has to move, and then checkmate, I think, what happens. Okay, here, let's go knight f3. We'll just turn it back to an Italian game. Knight f6. All right. All right. So we could try to play a fried liver. They're not going to let us, obviously. So let's just play d3. We'll just play d3. And we'll castle. Now, you guys know the rule about h3, but sometimes there are situations when you can get away with it. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stick to the principles. Don't move the pawns in front of the king. But sometimes it makes sense in this particular variation because the bishop g4 is kind of an annoying move. But I think we're okay. I'm just going to put my bishop or my knight here to defend and carry on. Okay, so they're going to stop my bishop from going there. But can I play d4 now? d4 and push. Try to open up the center. I think we can do this. d4 allows knight takes e4. So knight takes e4, you can't really do it because your bishop's attacked. So I'm going to have time to deal with it. I could either defend or I could push forward. Now, the thing is, after this, I don't really want to trade queens. That's the issue. That's the issue. Could play queen b3, though. Let's see. Castles takes. No, it's still... Yeah, he's just in time to castle away and get away from all of the tricks that I have, I think. I'm trying to see if there's some way to make this work, but I'm not seeing it, guys, after this. Takes knight g4. Yeah, man, it's just like... I feel like I should have something. I don't know. I'm going to just have to play a move here. I'm going to have to play a normal move. I wonder if e5 was the best move. I just don't see what to do. Okay, so he's going for the pressure here. So what do we do about that? I'm thinking about queen b3. Gets away from the pin. threatens this. If castles... What do I do, though? Could just play bishop e3. Maybe I'll just do that. That seems like the simplest. So, usually... Here's the thing. Usually you don't want to have to do this and open up your king. But sometimes it's not the end of the world, especially if you have a nice big center. And what you can do is then tuck your king over and use the rook file to attack. So if they take me, that's what I'm planning on doing, right? Yeah, they castle, which I think is good. How badly do I want to force that bishop to trade? I could play a3 to give this bishop space to go in case knight a5 happens. Play queen d3, but then again, knight to b4 is kind of annoying. Rook c1, rook e1. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I'm spending too much time here. I'm just not familiar with this position. I'm not really sure. Okay, so this is the threat. A queen d3, I think, is fine. This is the problem. Sometimes with a big center, you have a hard time defending it. That's what I'm running into right now. All right, so like I said, if they take here, we're going to use this g file. We'll just slide the king over, bring the rook to g1 and attack here. So not really concerned with that. Also, the pawn on f3 will help support my center, which is kind of nice. But I don't really think black's going to do that. I'm also threatening, though, to just move my knight away. And if they don't take it now, then the bishop can kind of be like, what's it doing there? And I can maybe even attack it, right? So I think knight to d2 is a good idea. Or just trying to bring the rooks somewhere that I think they would be useful. Maybe b4 to gain some space. Yeah, I'm looking at knight to d2, actually. Because now that the queen's on d3, it defends d4, and I can do that. Before, if I did that, I would just lose a pawn, right? But now it's supported. Oh, interesting. So they want to fork me and get the piece back that way. Okay, but hold on. I guess that's... Okay, so if I do this d5... I think I want to sack this just to open up the king. Since I'm going to lose a piece anyway, I may as well do that. And then we take back, and we try to hunt the king a little bit. Bishop f5, I have knight g5, I think. So, I think we're okay. Bishop f5 looks like a pin, but... Oh, I also have knight d6, and then I just take the bishop. because of the check, right? So you can't do that. So I don't know what black's going to do. They have to be careful, though, with the king there. That was a good move, though, I think. Like, usually this is a good trade for black if you can sack that to, like, clear out the center pawns and stuff. A lot of times the king's not that weak. Now, I don't know, because of the way the h6 has been moved forward, there are these light squares. So we'll see if we can attack that somehow. Yanni, what's going on? Okay, so he's going to try to run and hide with the king. Now bishop f5 might be a legit threat. Yeah, I think it is. So I don't want to fall into that. So probably need to move the knight. Wonder if we could play d5. No, I don't think d5. Let's move the knight. So we don't get into trouble. Come back over here. He can mess up the pawn structure. Okay, doesn't want to. Interesting. He is attacking this, though. I see that. Wait a second. Hold up. Can I go check? Let's say check king h8, d5 with the, sorry, with the double attack. Oh no, he could just take here if he wanted to. Doesn't work. Man, that's too bad. Okay. So yeah, what do I do now, actually? This is a weak pawn. If I move, I lose a pawn. $95, that's pretty annoying. That's actually really annoying. Man. He's threatening both pawns same time. Yikes. Yikes, we're in trouble. All right. We're in trouble. What could we do to get out of the jam? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna push this pawn and try to trade some pieces, but we're in trouble. I think he's gonna take here. I might have to just take this and accept the fact that I'm down a pawn. Because the alternative is really, really bad. That's super bad. You can't let the knight get in there like that. Yeah, I think we have to. We have to accept that we're going into this endgame down some material and try to hold on. We're down a pawn. And black has the bishop pair. Now I could trade one of the bishops, so that's not too terrible. And maybe we just put the rooks here and we see what happens. We see if we can hold on. Sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to like take the... Even though it's not good, it's maybe the best I had. So here we are. Okay, I have to take back this way. I probably should have actually traded that. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. See if we can hold on to this tactically, because there is a... Well, I was going to say there's a fork, but d5, actually... Man, we're just losing it all here. We're losing 2 pawns now. Okay. Anthony, hey, thank you. Appreciate it. I think he's just going to take this, and I don't know what to do. If I just take it... We could take it and go check, try to get some sort of counterplay. Check d5. Maybe if I can catch up on time, we can do something magical at the end game here. But it's going to be tough. 2 pawns is a lot. 2 connected pawns like this is a lot. But queen and rook endings are tricky, so who knows what's going to happen. Okay, hold on. If I go there, he can force the trade. I don't want to allow that, if possible. I need to keep the queens on the board to have some tricks. Because with queens on the board, it's not so easy to just throw the pawns forward. With queens traded, it's pretty easy. Puts the rooks behind them and just pushes them forward. Not a whole lot I can do. I want my king to have some breathing room, so I'm going to go h3. Probably going to play b5 next to try to undermine this. He's going to triple. Makes sense. Yeah, I should probably do this. Although 2 rooks against the queen with the 2 pawns. Oh, he's going to take that. Interesting. Interesting. For some reason, I didn't think he's going to take that. Okay. Okay, let's put the king here to avoid checks. At least it's an isolated pawn now, so we have some sort of a target here. Let me try to blockade it and maybe create a battery here. Let's try to get tricky. Let's try to get tricky. Okay, that's not ideal. Ah, it's not ideal. Man. I didn't want to allow the queen trade. I really didn't. What am I doing? Why did I do this? I don't think this was the way. No! We almost got the draw. Man, I think I should have done something a little bit trickier at the end there. Man. Like right here, I should have, yeah, like I don't know what I could have done. Maybe you just take the pawn. Probably should have just taken the pawn. I think would have been a better option. Or here. Actually, right here. No, never mind. I was going to say I could run here, but I can't do that. The queen's there. Never mind. Oh, guys, I'm losing it. We lost points now. We were 23-33. Oh, man. I got to look at it. I don't want to look. I don't want to look. Oh. All right. What can I say? What can I say? He played really well. Yeah. All right. I didn't really play a bad game. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Well, let's try one last game here. I think it's going to be my last one because I'm going downhill fast. Username 499641114. Didn't I play this person before? That username sounds familiar. Yes, I did. Okay, all right. I'm afraid to play that right now. I'm just afraid after the last game. London. Aren't we supposed to do this? Aren't we supposed to do this and like just attack over here somehow? This is how I usually approach the London. Go for that right away. Just be annoying right away. If they bring out the bishop, it's no longer defended. We attack it. Oh, this is the idea. Okay. I'll defend that. I'll defend that. I don't think it's worth taking this. Because the knight jumps in and you're in trouble. Although knight b5, I have knight a6. Yeah, I should be okay. We have knight a6. All right, so this is the threat. I believe we have to defend. I don't really play the Jobava London from either side. So could be walking into some crazy trap here. I don't know. But this looks reasonable. c3, huh? Let's go c4. Cuts off the bishop. So we're attacking the knight. I guess a4 is what I would expect to see here. Yeah, a4, what am I going to play? Bishop d7, maybe? Seems annoying, right? I'm just trying to take that. And if you go back, then maybe I do take this. Yeah, I think we can do that. Yeah, if we win this game, we will be positive for the night. So it'll be a good place to stop. And if we lose, I gotta stop anyway. That'll be, is that 3 losses in a row if we lose this one? I mean, it looks like they have to move back, but then they're losing that pawn. I guess they could just let me take this way. Oh, b3. Okay. So wait, what if I take? I guess that's what I have to do though, right? It just seems like the only line that makes sense, so I'm gonna go for it. And let's see, here I could go queen b2. No, I don't want to do that. So, I don't know. They're going to get the center this way. Oh, this one? Interesting. Interesting. Do I have to take? Or queen d7 takes? Nah, I probably should take. Unfortunately, I can't play b5 because the knight, which is very unfortunate. So rook c8. They still take it. Maybe I go king d7 now. Bishop takes and we retreat with the knight. Maybe that's what I need to do. Because if I leave, the problem is I leave the knight sit there, the bishop's just going to take it and then take up the pawn. So I have to do this. So the whole point of king d7 was to give my knight somewhere to go to, basically. We can take this now. Now knight f3 is annoying, but I have f6 to just stop that. Or even bishop d6. Oh, wait a minute. Is b5 a threat, though? Is b5 a threat? It is a fork, and if you take this... Okay, no, I guess it was a threat, so they're taking it now. Okay, the knight might try to come in. I could stop that. No, then I lose a pawn. I see. So bishop d6, knight here. I defend like this. Kind of awkward, but I guess that's what we have to do. Because if I play a move like knight f6, the knight's going to come in here. Yeah, we don't want to do that. All right, let's go bishop d6. So 3-6, 3-6. Interesting. Probably better for white, though, because once they castle and get the other rook over here, I'm going to have my hands full. Definitely going to have my hands full. So now I can meet this with rook f8. And you can't play e4 now, so I have time to relocate the knight maybe. Also try a6 and b5 and try to get the pawn rolling. If we can get that guy up there, that's pretty annoying. Bring the rook over. I could play rook b8 too. Okay. He wants to play e4, I think. Maybe we go rook here. We threaten b5. On rook b1, I think we go a6 and threaten it again. It's nice that the king is here supporting, so you can't blockade anything. So that's, yeah, that's a good plan, I think. e4, we have to probably move the knight, watching out for the fork. Okay, they're going to just be proactive about it. So if I go b5 and the rook tries to blockade, king here, rook over there, a6. All right, I'm threatening a fork. I really have to go to the bathroom. I'm going to go now. I think now's my best chance. Okay, we didn't lose all our time. Rook c1, so you defend that way. So now we play b5. Hold up, b5. Yeah, I think we can get away with this because you don't have time to play c4 because you lose a rook. Yeah, you get a pawn, but that's not as good as a rook. So you go here or here or retreat. I don't know what's happening. I really don't know what's going on. If we can get these pawns rolling somehow. King b6. Problem is c4 is going to force a trade, and then I only have one pawn left, which is not going to be as powerful as two pawns if we could somehow figure out how to get both pawns past here. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, though. So maybe I just need to take what I can with a5 after the rook moves back. Now, if it moves up, I think we need to attack it somehow. With the king, is what yeah, I think we attack. No, I can't because of this. Ah. I can't do that. I have to play a6? Man. I have to. c4 we take, we move the king. This is not ideal, but... Wait a minute. If I play knight here... Rook there, takes, I push. Usually the two pieces are better, but in this case, is it worth it because the pawns? Huh, I don't know, actually. Because I don't really like the look of this, honestly, guys. This doesn't look like a very good line for me. I'm going to do it. It could be totally off here, but something about the pawns with the rooks behind them, I feel like it's going to be kind of annoying for white to deal with that. And then maybe it opens up opportunities for my king to do something on the other side of the board. Or even help the pawns somehow. I don't know. Usually you don't want to do this, but... Yeah, it seems interesting. So we're going to give it a shot. Now there's also this other line where they take and take. No, you can't. Oh, you can take this way. But that seems questionable, I think. Yeah, that seems questionable. Yeah, because I would have rook b2 also. So that's no good. So I think they're going to have to take, put the rook here. Then I'm going to take it. And I'm going to push this guy. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. If we can get these guys rolling, maybe. I think they're going to blockade it. Then I can go b3. See, do I want to push it so far, though? It's going to get... Maybe it's going to get captured. I'd like to be able to attack that, but knight b3 defends. So if we push, then get the rook up. Okay, here? So they want to blockade. I don't think I should let that happen. Okay. I was going to go there, but that's actually not very good, is it? He's just going to go here and take that. Man. Yeah, unfortunately, I could never get the pawns side by side, and so they're just not as powerful this way. Right. Probably going to go there and take it. Or knight b3 even. Okay, maybe if we open up some file on this side of the board somehow, the other rook can sneak over and start being annoying this way. That's what I'm thinking. Because we're losing the battle here. That's clear to me. We're definitely losing the battle here. Let's try to go g4 if we can. Because we could make a pass pawn if they take. If they don't take, then we can just open up the g file, maybe? Trying to sneak in like this or something. We have our king nicely positioned to stop these guys, which is good. So if we can get this pawn, that's difficult for white to deal with. Yeah, I'm going to go for this pawn. I think this is our best chance here. Even if this gets to here, I could just do that, I think, right? Oh, no. What did I do? I can't go there. Just threw this game, guys. I just threw it. Yeah. Just threw the game. Amazing. Just going to play d7 and I lose. I thought I could go here, and I just totally missed this double attack thing. Unbelievable. No, I lost on time. I thought I had more time. I thought I had like I for some reason I thought I had like so many extra seconds. And I was like, wait a second, checkmate, and I didn't play it. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That one hurt. That one really hurt. I could have pre-moved anything and won the game. Like, what? Oh man, guys. I, I mean, I was literally playing the move, right? It just didn't do it. To be fair, I should have lost anyway. But when you like make a comeback like that and then you don't win it, it's like even worse. It's I mean, look at this position. Let's just take a look at this position for a minute. Can we all appreciate that we went from here to here? Man. I have to drink water. I have to stay hydrated. I'm not just gonna sit here for 2 hours and like never get up. But that wasn't even like the extra time from the break. It was I just wasn't paying attention. Like there's no excuse for this, guys. Look at this. I had 3 seconds. It took me 3 seconds to play like these last couple of moves. That's just unacceptable. That's unacceptable. My bad. Yeah, that's just not good. Man. Yes. Yes, the bathroom gambit. Yes. Yes. All right. I gotta stop. I'm tilted. I'm so tilted after that. It's a good thing I only stream once a week because I'm gonna need the week to just calm down and recover from this. I mean, I'm gonna have to watch that replay because I'm pretty sure I was literally like about to drop it when the time ran out. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Oh, big announcement. I should have said this earlier. July 15th, Breaking 1500 is coming out. So if you're anywhere under 1500 and you're serious about improving, Breaking 1500 I think is the best way to do it. It's organized, everything's in order. What do you need first? What do you need next? If there's any gaps in your thinking, it's going to fill in the gaps. It's really good. I don't usually like to brag about my courses, but this one I spent a lot of time on. So July 15th, it's coming soon. Jack, you think you can beat me face to face? All right. Well, that's great. I mean, I don't know what your rating is, but I would not be surprised. Oh. Man, I'm just still reeling. You guys can't see it, but the eval bar off to the side over here, mate in 1. It's just sitting there in front of me. Mate in 1. Apparently, I need longer than 0.8 seconds to move my queen from here to here. Man. No, honestly, I relaxed, right? I relaxed. I literally thought I had more time. I think it was like, I think it was around here where I was like, oh yeah, I got 4 seconds. He's got 1 second. I've got plenty of time. But the problem was he was able to pre-move every single move, and I wasn't pre-moving. So that was the issue, right? Anyway. Should have won with Rook B1. Rook B1. When was Rook B1? Like at this point? Are you saying play Rook B1 right here? When could I have played Rook B1? Or are you saying like way earlier in the game? I don't recall there being a Rook B1. I don't remember that one. After they sacked the pawn? Where was Rook B1? Yeah, I don't see it, Matthew. Sorry, I don't see it. All right, guys, I gotta go. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate you. Steven, sorry if you just got here. You enjoyed the 30 seconds. Yeah, just go watch the last game. That was just, yeah, heartbreaking. Gotta stop now. Stay sharp, play smart. Take care, guys.